What is up, YouTube? Today we have a upper body foam roll and mobility routine for you guys. So grab yourself a foam roller, anything you have at home is gonna work. Let's get on the ground and let's do this thing. Okay guys, let's get right into this. Put your foam roller right onto your lower back and we're gonna start this foam rolling right here. So we're gonna lean back. I want you to cross your arms over your chest nice and light and then lift that butt up off the ground. And let's just start with our entire back. We're gonna roll all the way up as high as we can right before our neck, and then slowly roll back all the way down to that mid lower back area, wherever you feel comfortable foam rolling. So all we're gonna start with is a couple full rolls. And this I love to do just to scan, see what feels good, what doesn't, and find those spots that really don't feel good. So as you guys foam rolled, for me, as I was going through, I felt a little tension right into my mid lower back area. So what I'm gonna do is spend a couple seconds just rolling up and down on that position. I can keep my arms crossed and I'm just gonna kind of roll back and forth right on that spot that feels a little tender and tight to me. If you guys felt it a little bit more in your upper back, get up into that upper back, same thing, arms crossed, and just spend some time up in there. So we're gonna give you guys a good like 30 seconds to scan, find some good spaces that you guys wanna work on. And another great thing that you can do is if you feel maybe it's more one-sided, for me, it's a little bit more on my left side. I'm gonna lean on my left side a little bit more so I can put more pressure into that position and get a little bit more of that tension relief, right? So I'm leaning a little more on my left, and now I'm actually feeling even some different spots as I do that, as I climb up the line. So let's check the right as well. I'll lean on the right side a little bit, climb into that upper back right before my neck, scan a little bit, and again, found a little something in my upper mid here on the right side that I can kind of dig out a little bit and just kind of glide through, find some good spaces, and that's all we're gonna do for the back. So we found a lot of good spots there. Now we're gonna transition into foam rolling our lats. So right underneath our armpit here into like the side of our body. So let's start with our left arm. Get that left arm underneath, on top of the foam roller. I want it underneath your armpit. You don't want to start in that armpit, almost on your upper part of your rib cage. You're gonna find that lat, and then we're gonna slowly lift our butt up. That's gonna get all the pressure into this lat now. My arms extended out and slowly roll down. It's gonna be a little more tender probably than your back, depending, but let's see how you feel. So climb under that armpit, almost into the actual arm you're gonna get to, and then you're gonna slowly climb back down under the armpit into that upper rib cage, into this like mid part of your back, not too low. You don't need to get way down on top of your rib cage here, and then just climb. Same thing we just did with the back, find some spots. So right here, I got something good. So I'm feeling a little bit of tension here right in the middle part of my armpit underneath, and I'm just gonna spend a couple seconds, okay? There's a lot of other muscles in here besides your lats, so you're gonna hit some rotator cuff muscles that are gonna be pretty tender, some trigger points in there you might wanna kind of roll over and feel. So I'm getting all that, and then again, find that spot, just spend some time on it, scan a little bit with the long light ones, and if this is too much for you, put your butt down and just sit on a spot. So again, find that area that's a little tender and just hang out on it, relax, try to breathe a little bit. You don't wanna be so tense as you're rolling these areas. A lot of us tense up and you wanna dig and fight. Relax, you're trying to open up your body a little bit, right? So we hit that left arm, let's flip to the right side and let's see how we feel here. So same exact thing. Let's put this under that right armpit, right into here. And after we foam roll this, we're gonna mobilize. We're gonna mobilize our spine a little bit. After we just kind of worked and foam rolled all the muscles surrounding it, we'll do a little bit of our shoulder joint a bit, and we'll see how we feel. So again, right underneath that armpit, scan to start, nice and light, not too deep. Okay, we found some spots, dig a little bit, back and forth, and then find a couple other areas, dig a little bit, back and forth. I'll give you guys a little more time to scan and work that right side. Be careful going too low, like I said earlier, into that rib cage. Get as low as you feel comfortable with. And again, if you need to drop that butt down, it's too much, just sink and breathe a little bit. Lean into that foam roller, let that body adapt to it a little bit, recover a bit, and now we're gonna get into that mobility right after we finish that right side. Get those last few rolls in, open up that right lat, and perfect, good. Okay guys, now that we foam rolled, we're gonna stretch it out and do some mobility work on our spine and our shoulders in that lat area that we kind of just worked. So I want you to still use this foam roller. We're gonna use this as a placement for our knee. So put it on your left side, right next to your hip, and you guys are gonna lay all the way down on your back. So I got the foam roller on my left, I'm laying on my back. want you to bring that right leg up in the air, and you're gonna bring the inside part of that leg on top of this foam roller. So I'm in this side lying position now. My right leg is on top of that foam roller, and I'm gonna take my left arm and I'm gonna extend it out like this so the back of my wrist is on the ground. So all we're gonna start with first is our upper and lower back mobility. We're gonna take our right hand on top of that other hand, and we're gonna open up, trying to keep that right leg on top of the foam roller. You're gonna feel yourself finding some really sticky points as you extend back. You're gonna wanna lift that leg up, try to really keep it down, and just hold this position for a couple seconds. And then we're gonna bring it all the way back to that hand. Again, hands on top of each other, legs on the foam roller, and open up and extend. Take your time reaching back there. You don't have to rush. Try to bring your right shoulder to the ground as you extend back there. Now I want you to hold this. You're gonna take a nice inhale through your nose, and then as you exhale, try to drop further to the ground. Good, try that one more time. Inhale. As you exhale, try to drop further to the ground. And good, now let's come all the way back to that hand. Now we're gonna add some shoulder mobility to this. So what we're gonna do is the same motion, but we're gonna bring our arm over our head as we're in this position. So hands together. I'm gonna now take my right hand and I'm gonna start to glide it on the floor, reaching overhead. And as I do this, try to keep your elbow as tight as you can and your fingers on the ground, and you're gonna rotate all the way back to the ground to where you started before with that hand on the ground. And now you're gonna reverse it. You're gonna bring that hand all the way over your head, back around to the top of your head, and then back on top of that hand. Let's do that one more time. So it's a big semicircle almost, keeping those fingers on the ground, and then I'm opening my chest and my lower back as I keep my knee down on top of that foam roller all the way to the back. And you're gonna feel that in your chest, your pecs, your bicep a little bit, and then let's reverse it. All the way back, reaching up overhead, back, forward onto that side lying position on that hand. Perfect. Now let's go to the other side and we'll do the same exact thing, all right? So you're gonna see a different angle here when we do this. So you're gonna see me laying here with that left leg on top of this foam roller, okay? Now, we're gonna bring our hands on top of each other again and open. So you can see my left arm now, how far it can get down to the ground by keeping my knee on top of that foam roller still. It's pretty decent, but I'm still struggling to get a lot of this left shoulder all the way down. So we're gonna need a couple breaths in a second here to do it. So let's bring it all the way back again. Keep that knee on top of the foam roller. Extend that back, rotate here. Bring that hand all the way to the ground as much as you can get, or as close as you can, pulling your body apart. You should feel a nice lateral stretch through your glute, your lower back, your shoulder, your chest. And now let's take those deep breaths. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, try to drop a little further. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, try to drop the back of that shoulder a little further. And a lot of you might find yourself even like totally on the ground here. That's awesome. You're still gonna get a lot of great stretch in that position. You don't have to go through the floor here. It means you got plenty of mobility, which is good. So just hang out and spend a couple seconds in that nice stretch position. And now let's do the ones with the shoulder. So let's bring that hand all the way back on top of the other one, and let's slowly glide that left arm all the way over your head, trying to extend that arm as much as you can, keeping that hand as close as you can get to the ground, and then back to where we started. Again, we'll do that, we're going in reverse, and then back to the front. So all the way back around, fingers to the ground, right on top of that hand, and let's do that one more time. All the way back, fingers on the ground, much as you can handle. Find those tough points that are really challenging. Good, and then breathe, and then one more time back on top of that hand, all the way across. Swing it back on top of that hand, and breathe. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna get into some good breathing exercises here. So we're gonna open up our entire upper and back side of our rib cage here, which is gonna give us some good shoulder mobility and also some spinal mobility. So what I want you to do is get on your hands and knees, your knees and your forearms, and let's get on the ground here. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna be on our knees and our forearms, and I'm gonna sit back into my heels a little bit. If you have trouble doing that, you don't need to sit back all the way. You can just sit back a little bit, all right? So I'm gonna sit back a little bit more, and what I want you to do is take a couple nice inhales through your nose, and then as you take those inhales, I want you to think about bringing that air into your upper back. Sounds very difficult because it is. So there's a lot of mind-body connection here. So head down, sitting back into the heels, take that first inhale and try to expand your lats and your upper rib cage into your upper back. Ready? Here we go. And then as you exhale, you're gonna drop your chin and you're gonna round your back even more. Again, now I want you to take that inhale through the nose and think about your shoulder blades expanding and that upper rib cage again. Ready? Here we go. Inhale. And then exhale, and you're gonna flex your spine even more and drop that chin. Again, one more time. Inhale. Expand. Exhale. Flex that spine a little more. Good. Now we're gonna extend out of it and breathe, and we're gonna try that whole series again. So that's 3 good breaths that are gonna get you more and more flexed and more open in your upper back. So again, sitting back in the heels, let's start in a neutral position, and let's start with our first inhale to try and get that breath up there. Ready? Here we go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, tuck the chin a little, flex the spine a little bit, rounding that back. Here we go, second breath. Inhale. Exhale, round, chuck the chin. One more time. Big inhale through the nose. Expand that upper rib cage. Awesome. Now exhale, tuck further around that spine, and come out of it nice and easy. Okay, now that we got that upper rib cage and that back opened up, now we're gonna mobilize our spine. We're gonna grab our foam roller, just like we used before. We're gonna bring it across the chest. I like holding onto something during this, keeps me a little bit more braced. Now I'm doing this on my knees because it's gonna force me to just move my spine and give me good feedback if I'm sitting back or coming forward. If you wanna do this standing, you have trouble on the knees, you can do it standing, all right? So get on those knees, open them up a little bit outside shoulder width, put that foam roller across the chest. Now, we have 4 different movements we're working here. First one is flexion of the spine. Come down into flexion by pulling that lower abdomen down and in and rounding your back. I'm not sitting back into my heels here, right? I'm just rounding my spine, and then from here, I'm gonna rotate to my left. So take this foam roller, take it with you and bring it to your left. You're gonna feel very stuck here. It's gonna feel very challenging to rotate in that flex position. Find the best range of motion you can handle, and now we're gonna extend backwards. We're gonna start to slowly extend, tilting that shoulder over the back side of your body without pushing your hips too far forward. And now slowly extend that spine. Give me that nice roll all the way back around, taking your time, very slow. Explore that range of motion, and you're gonna find yourself into rotation on the right side. But now we're gonna flex. Flex back down to where we started, pulling that abdomen in, and perfect. Now we're gonna rotate the opposite way. So we're in flexion already. Rotate to the right. Perfect, as much as you can handle. You don't have to kill it. Then again, extend behind you. Don't shoot the hips too far forward. Think about just your spine moving here. Find the toughest position you could extend through. Rotate to the left, and then back down to center. Perfect. Let's do one more each way, all right? We'll go a little smoother, and then let's try it out. So again, flex. Rotate to the left, find your best position, extend that spine, really try to glide through this range of motion, try not to be too choppy with it, rotate to the right, back down to center. Right when you get to center, go to that right side, rotate, keep those hips nice and square, try not to let them go forward or back too much, extend that spine, rotate to the left, and back down to center, and perfect. Awesome job today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that mobility routine. You can use this after your workouts, okay? You don't wanna be doing this beforehand. This is gonna get you too down. It's gonna tone you down. You wanna be jacked up for your workouts. This is not what you wanna do before. Do this after the fact or on an off day, or if your back's feeling a little tight or your upper back's feeling a little tight, use these mobility routines, or you can pick and choose certain options that we did today and add them into your routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Great job today.